Today we're diving into a packed discussion about Canon, Instagram finally landing properly on the iPad, DSLR versus mirrorless shipments, new Canon lenses on the horizon, and upcoming camera bodies that are shaping the future of photography and videography. If you're into tech, photography gear, or just curious about how camera manufacturers are shifting their strategies, this breakdown is going to be loaded with insights. So, let's get into it. Instagram finally arrives on iPad after 15 years. It's almost unbelievable that it took Instagram this long, but here we are. Instagram is officially launching a dedicated iPad app. According to recent reports, the app will finally deliver the experience that iPad users have been waiting on for more than a decade. Instead of being stuck with scaled-up iPhone apps or clunky web versions, creators and casual users alike will now get full-screen reels, stories, and posts optimized for the iPad's larger display. For digital creators, photographers, and videographers, this is a huge quality-of-life improvement. Think about editing and posting your content directly from your iPad without awkward formatting or letterboxing issues. If you've been juggling mobile and desktop workflows, this might completely change the way you create and share. Instagram has long been criticized for being slow to adapt, but with TikTok and YouTube Shorts dominating vertical video, Instagram clearly knows it has to evolve. The iPad app might not sound like a massive headline, but for the photography and creator community, it's a move that aligns the app with how tablets are truly used today. DSLR versus mirrorless. The debate continues. Now let's talk cameras. Everyone knows that mirrorless is dominating the modern camera space, but does that mean DSLRs are dead? Not quite. The shipment numbers tell a much more interesting story. According to industry reports, Canon shipped around 790,000 DSLR units in 2024. That's a staggering 90% of the entire DSLR market, even though Canon hasn't launched a new DSLR since 2020. Nikon, by comparison, dropped from 440,000 DSLR shipments in 2021 to just 70,000 in 2024. Pentax, on the other hand, is holding steady with about 10,000 units shipped, catering to a very specific niche of photographers who still appreciate the tactile, artistic shooting experience of DSLRs. Meanwhile, mirrorless shipments have skyrocketed, growing by 43% since 2021, with an additional 1.6 million units entering the market. Nikon alone jumped from 290,000 mirrorless shipments in 2021 to 760,000 in 2024, showing just how much momentum the category has. So why is Canon still moving DSLRs in big numbers? Simple: entry-level bundles and EF mount loyalty. Many photographers already own a set of EF lenses and don't feel the need to switch. For casual shooters, budget-friendly DSLR kits remain appealing. It's not that DSLRs are winning, but they're still relevant. And honestly, the numbers prove that DSLRs still serve a purpose for hobbyists, students, and even professionals who value reliability over the latest tech. Canon's new glass, RF 300 600mm super-telephoto lens, one of the most exciting rumors in the Canon world right now, revolves around a long-awaited lens. The Canon RF 300 600mm f4 5.6 IS USM reports suggest this lens is already in final testing and could be announced before the end of 2024. Wildlife photographers, sports shooters, and birding enthusiasts have been waiting for something like this for years. If Canon delivers on this, it could be a game changer. Here's what we know so far. Variable aperture, starting at f4 at 300mm and transitioning to f6 through 600mm. Pricing is expected in the $6,500, $7,000 range, though there's hope it could come in lower. Teleconverter compatibility is still unclear. If supported, a 1.4x teleconverter would push the reach to 840 meters at f8, which is huge for bird photographers. This lens is also expected to impact the demand for the Canon RF 100 500mm f4.5 7.1 IS USM, since many shooters have been asking for a faster aperture range. If Canon nails the size, weight, and optical quality, this RF 300 600mm could quickly become the go-to telephoto zoom for professional wildlife shooters. Canon R7 Mark II, a powerful APS-C upgrade. Next up, let's talk about the highly anticipated Canon R7 Mark II. The original R7 has already built a strong reputation among APS-C shooters, but it's time for an upgrade. and the rumored specs are nothing short of impressive. Leaked details suggest the R7 Mark II will feature a 33MP stacked CMOS sensor Digic X processor, plus accelerator 40 FPS burst, shooting with a fully electronic shutter 8N. Stops of IBIS 4K 120 10-bit video, with C-Log support, improved autofocus with advanced tracking features, a redesigned body, more in line with the Canon R5 Mark II, including a larger EVF bump and a repositioned joystick, a vertically tilting LCD screen, rather than the traditional side flip for action photographers, sports shooters, and hybrid creators who want both high-speed performance and professional-grade video in a crop sensor body. The R7 Mark II could be an absolute powerhouse. The APS-C ecosystem also benefits from broader third-party lens support, which gives creators more flexibility and affordability compared to full-frame RF glass. Canon R6 Mark III, the hybrid workhorse. Alongside the R7 Mark II, we're also hearing strong rumors about the Canon R6 Mark III. Canon may announce it as early as mid-September, possibly in the same event as the R7 Mark II. Expected features include Digic, accelerator-driven autofocus improvements, 40 FPS burst shooting, 4K 120 video with enhanced oversampling, a redesigned vari-angle screen, potential upgrades to autofocus modes, including action priority. If Canon plays its cards right, the R6 Mark III could be the perfect hybrid camera for wedding photographers, filmmakers, vloggers, and event shooters. Canon knows it needs to respond quickly to competition from the Nikon Z6 III and the Sony A7 V series. A fast launch before CES and NAB 2025 would give Canon the momentum it needs going into next year. Why Canon is playing it smart. Canon's strategy here is clever. Instead of abandoning DSLRs completely, they continue to sell millions of entry-level units, generating steady revenue. At the same time, they're aggressively pushing mirrorless innovation with new lenses and upgraded hybrid bodies. By targeting both ends of the market, budget beginners and high-end professionals, Canon keeps its user base locked into the ecosystem. With new glass like the RF 300 to 600mm and bodies like the R7 Mark II and R6 Mark III, Canon is signaling that 2024 and 2025 will be some of its most important years yet. Final thoughts. So here's the big picture. Instagram on iPad may not sound groundbreaking, but for creators, it's a workflow revolution. DSLRs are down but far from out. Canon proves that with nearly 800,000 units shipped in 2024, the upcoming RF 300 600mm lens could be a wildlife shooter's dream. The R7 Mark II and R6 Mark III are shaping up to be two of Canon's most powerful hybrid bodies yet. The camera industry is changing faster than ever. Whether you're a DSLR loyalist, a mirrorless enthusiast, or just a creator looking for the best tools, it's clear that Canon is not slowing down anytime soon. If you're excited about these updates, drop a comment below and let me know. Do you still use a DSLR, or have you fully switched to mirrorless? And if you're waiting on the R7 Mark II or R6 Mark III, which one do you think fits your workflow better? Thanks for sticking around, and don't forget, the best way to support this channel is by hitting like and subscribe. It's free, it helps us grow, and it keeps you in the loop for all the latest news in tech, photography, and camera gear. See you in the next one.